Start building. Start building yourself. You don't need permission from an employer or a lecturer or a teacher or a parent to provide value to people and grow as a more independent, self-sufficient individual. You see, you pray, God answers your prayers. You study well, your professor gives you a good mark. You work hard for the company that you are employed at, and your boss, manager, director, or whatever, they give you a raise or a promotion. But what do all these things have in common? In each instance, you are waiting for a higher power to reward you for your efforts, to tell you that your efforts so far are good enough for you to gain this thing, and now I will give it to you. If you always have this attitude that you will only work hard if there is an external guarantee, i.e., someone else guarantees that your efforts will be rewarded, then what happens when you have to work hard at something that has zero certainty? Something where the only guarantee is your work rate, like starting a side hustle, building a YouTube channel. If you are always of this mindset that, okay, wow, I'll study hard so that my varsity can give me a degree, I'll work hard so that my company can give me a promotion. But then with other things in life, particularly more independent missions, I want to find a way to really explain that. I don't think more independent is the right way to say it. But just with endeavors in life where, like I said earlier, the only guarantee is how hard you work, then how would you be able to consistently work hard when you know that there isn't a guarantee? When you know that you could work hard for a very long time and it will take a very long time to see results. Of course, it's going to be difficult to switch over from that external guarantee mindset to this mindset that you need to be like, yeah, it might not work out, but I'm going to keep pushing as hard as I can anyway. Have you ever heard of the external and internal locus of control? So the internal locus of control is the belief that most entrepreneurs, successful people in general have, which is that they are in control of their own destiny. Everything in their life is their fault. It's not necessarily that they don't acknowledge the presence of higher powers in their mission and in their success, but they understand that they gotta meet those higher powers some part way. Like these are the kinds of people who pray and then get to action. You know, he prays that his company takes off, like probably every morning, and then he just goes and works the whole day as hard as he can on the company, doing whatever he can on the company. And then the external locus of control is this idea that your fate is predetermined, or that there is someone else that drives your fate. That so basically you have no control of it. It's like everything in your life is predetermined. So these are the kinds of people who believe in things like that they've been bewitched. So they can't, the reason they are unsuccessful or that they drink so much is because someone tied a teddy bear, a voodoo doll to like a bottle of alcohol and it cast a spell over it. These are the kinds of people who keep shouting, I receive, I receive, I receive in church. And they go home and do the same shit that they've been doing to not get the things that they claim to receive. It feels good in the moment. It feels like you are actually doing something about the fact that you want things in your life but you don't have them when you are doing those affirmations. But affirmations alone won't work. You need to meet those affirmations halfway. The affirmations are there to build you a stronger mindset that just keeps you constantly motivated to keep doing the work necessary to get the things that you want out of life. But do if you don't do the actions, then you can't be mad over the fact that the results haven't materialized yet. Hormozy said something similar. He's like, be patient with your results and be impatient with your inputs. So when it comes to your work rate, when it comes to the things that you are in control of, like how many customers in a day you can reach out to, you need to be impatient about that and aggressive somewhat. You need to be like, now today I'm gonna reach out to 1,000 people. I'm gonna find 1,000 people on Facebook. I'm gonna save all their phone numbers. I'm gonna text all of them, just trying to get them to take my product or my service. But you need to be patient with the fact that you might not be yet be you might not be good at copywriting or at oh fuck am I burping so much? You need to be patient with the fact that you might not yet be so good at copywriting or so good at making sales, or that some people just don't want your thing yet. That is the outcome, right? The outcome would be you making the sale and then delivering as good of a service or product as you possibly can so that they keep coming back and they recommend other people to you. But you can't get mad at the fact that the result didn't happen. You can only celebrate the fact that you made the inputs in order to try and get the result. It might not be the same level of results that you expected, but there will be ripples. There will be things you can learn your from like the lack of your level of desired success. And those are the ones that make you better over time if you allow yourself to learn from them, i.e., internal locus of control. I've done all that I can, and I will keep doing all that I can, and just wait, be patiently for the universe to start responding to that energy that I'm putting out. This is why I say you don't need to wait for a higher power to tell you, go get all of those customers. You yourself know your vision, right? So you know the merit in you reaching out to people, trying to get sales and stuff. So it's up to you to stay motivated and somewhat disciplined along the way until you eventually get to the point that you want to be at. Another similar example is in dating, right? You you might not be good with girls. You haven't had much experience with women, or you've had terrible experiences with women. What you can do is just try and improve. You're just constantly speaking to women, experimenting numbers game, basically. And you don't get mad about the fact that at the moment they are all curving you. You just celebrate the fact that you now know what gets you curved. With each experiment, with each trial and error, you just keep finding things that you shouldn't do. And eventually, you're gonna keep stumbling across things that work out for you. Like, oh, when I said this, or when I acted like this, girls generally respond like this, and I like that. But when I do this and say this, girls generally respond negatively, and I don't like that. Same thing with customers. Same thing with creating an invention, like a groundbreaking invention. Like, I don't know who really invented the light bulb. Some say it was Tesla, some say it was Edison, some say there were hundreds of other engineers and scientists who were trying along the way. But I remember one of them made this quote that I haven't failed 100 or 1,000 times to make that light bulb. I've only found 1,000 ways that don't work. That's like a really good attitude to have. That momentary failures are just learning lessons. And those learning lessons, if you learn from them, they make you better with time. So anyway, that's it for this video. If you got any value out of this, stick around for more insightful takes like this by hitting that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.